Step into the ring, it's Monday Night Fire. My rhymes burn hotter than a funeral pyre. I'm the heavyweight champ, you can call me sire. Reviewing raw like a southern rap messiah. Crossing over lines like I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin. Flipping opponents like I'm Randy Orton. Dirty South flow, my words they be caustic. Every verse I drop got them head nodding. Spit lyrical punches like a ruthless fighter. Got the crowd hype, I'm the crowd igniter. Breaking down the raw matches, no denier. Dirty style rap, I'm the Monday Night Supplier.
All right, fans, friends, we want to hit you something real quick. Let me get it pulled up and get it going because this is an amazing thing. And I'll even say it going off of not being that big of a Cena fan, but I think this is something that definitely needs to be shared.
I'd like to do something different tonight. I'd like to play a little game. It's called Who Can Get the Headline Out Fast Enough? So I'll be fielding no questions and trying to do my best to make a statement moving forward. In the 23 years I've been in this business, I know there are different perspectives about my path, but my truth is I've never used my opportunities for a spot that I haven't earned. Tonight was special for many reasons, but it has begun to sink in that it was my last Royal Rumble. And that Las Vegas, and looking at the sign when it was down to 2, and I had a moment to let the energy sink in, I realized that Las Vegas is my last WrestleMania. The last time I main evented a WrestleMania was 2013. That's a long time ago. The reason that hasn't been at the forefront in my mind, I've been a gimmick, I've been the first match, I've been in the middle, I've shared beers with the fans, because my truth, my perspective is I've always done what's best for business. Tonight, standing in that ring, I wanted this experience to be a tour of goodwill. I've openly admitted I don't know how much I have left in the tank, and I just wanted to do something that would be nice for all of us to get together and have a good time. Unfortunately tonight, it dawned on me that that's not best for business. What is best for business is I main event WrestleMania. And what is best for business is, for the first time, I confidently say that I'm going to win a 17th championship. So I'm announcing tonight that I will compete in the Elimination Chamber. And I'm saying that because after 23 years of loyal service to this company, I feel that opportunity is earned. And yes, I'm flying back to Hungary to film a movie, so what I'm going to do is give my 5 other opponents 1 month to slander my name and bolster their self-confidence the best that I can. I told Toronto when I announced my retirement that I was grateful for the city and I would be back. And I would be back to kick it. It is time to walk that talk and be who I say I am. I am going to the Elimination Chamber to win, and I'm going to main event my final appearance in WrestleMania and win a 17th championship, because that's what's best for business. And I say that because it is not best for my ego. It is not best for my business. I have built my existence here off of hard work, loyalty to this company, and respect for all of its branches. I would like to do something different tonight.
So, guys, that's John Cena with a very impactful moment right after Mania, talking exactly what he's going to do. I mean, it was alluded to him picking at The Rock when The Rock did this, and he was making movies, and John Cena was staying in the ring and making sure the fans got what they want. But The reason I bring that to you guys because not only is this John Cena's farewell tour, we have a special guest tonight. We have our boss, the headmaster of IYH. He is House. House, how are you doing? What is going on? What's the concept you're on today, my friend?
Man, I appreciate y'all coming and bringing me on the show. You guys do a great job here on Mondays on the Monday Show, Window Liquors, all three of you guys. I thoroughly enjoy it, and I know that household enjoys it too for sure. But man, what I'm thinking is that powerful, powerful message from John Cena, man. I got to tell you like that when I first saw that after Royal Rumble, which was an amazing event. I know we'll get into that, but man, seeing that promo, whatever you want to call it, I don't even know if you call that a promo, but it was just real and raw. And it's like, it's whatever this John Cena farewell tour is going to be. I think it's going to be something even more powerful than any of us can really even grasp right now.
I like it. I like it. Kevin, let's go to you, the working superstar in the ring.
Yes, sir.
How does this hit you? And any thoughts on the John Cena farewell tour?
3 points. One, I thought that was one of the most believable. I will call it a promo because it was on live.
Right.
It's a promo to an extent, even if he believed it. And even if it was absolutely true, it was still a promo.
100%.
Yeah. And it felt raw. It felt believable. And to my second point, though, I have never believed more that he is about to lose this Elimination Chamber because of that promo.
I agree. I agree. I'm telling you, bro, there's a big story. The perennial failure of this run.
He's got a whole year. He has a whole year to win that 17th title. Even if he wins the Elimination Chamber, I am convinced he loses at Mania to, I assume, Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
Right.
Because this is my assumption, and this could go either way still, but my assumption is that Jey Uso faces Gunther and dethrones him at Mania. That seems like the best business. They have rematches. He's been knocked down. He's gotten back up again. He's Chumbawamba'd all the way through this so far. Why wouldn't he be able to just beat him at Mania and get that moment? I think that's it. So whoever wins this chamber's facing Cody, not Jey, or not Gunther.
Okay.
That being said, you have a lot of options. Cena is one of them. But after watching that promo, I'm convinced that even if he wins, he ain't winning at Mania. It's going to get dragged down a little bit longer.
Gotcha. Third point. Did you have a third point?
I think I blended it in somewhere.
Okay. Works perfectly because that's what you do. You're a professional. So now we're going to go to the blue-eyed villain himself, our resident John Cena.
In his Cena gear.
Fanboy. He loves himself some Cena. We know that this is an emotional tour for you, Grun. I really think though that this is going to be a fulfilling tour for you. So can I get your thoughts on this? And definitely have some ideas coming up for you during Mania. We're going to get you involved in some other things out there that have been pitched today, and I'm going to make you a star.
Oh, this is going to be
You're
good.
going to be a star.
Oh man, so my thoughts on that promo, that shoot, whatever you want to call it. John Cena is we're seeing a vulnerable John Cena. We're seeing he was going into this thinking this is going to be the most fun run he's ever had. It's going to be just awesome moments, putting over new stars. And it wasn't going to be about him cementing his legacy. It was just going to be about a honoring John Cena, honoring the memories that we've had with him tour. After that promo shows that there are, and when you hear the fans, how they react, they've been reacting to him. They want that 17th title reign because they know it's not going to be a year-long reign. They know it's not going to be it's not going to be John Cena reigning over the WWE. It's going to be John Cena cementing his legacy as the greatest of all time, and fans can accept that because that the worst thing to happen is John Cena relinquishes the title December whatever, which will be his last appearance. He
Right.
relinquished the title, allowing, and who knows, maybe next year's Men's Royal Rumble, it is not just for a shot at the title at WrestleMania.
It's for the title
it's for the
itself.
title. So
Ooh,
because
we
like
haven't seen
that
one
would
of those in a
be
few years.
that would be something that John Cena would do. It has been a long time since we've seen it. It went over well when Ric Flair won it. It didn't go over
92,
well when
yep.
it didn't go over well when Roman Reigns did it. But this specific scenario, it would go over exceptionally well because it would be giving a shot to one of any 30 men who wanted to be world champion. Their opportunity to be the guy.
And I just want to add to that, especially with what we saw at the Royal Rumble, our Royal Rumble winner, which of course Jey Uso, we all know now, which I mean, for them to do something like that, and then you have somebody like Jey Uso who won it in the most star-studded Royal Rumble in years, where you have names like CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns for the first time in 5 years, John Cena's final one, and who wins it out of all those massive names? Jey Uso.
Mhm.
Incredible,
Yeah.
incredible.
It truly is.
But back to John Cena, just real quick, as far as what he is doing, I just feel like there's more of a story with John Cena trying to ascend and feel that struggle. I think we've talked about it before. He doesn't have to win the Royal Rumble. I like the business that they did with Jey Uso. He doesn't have to win the Elimination Chamber. I just think the story is, he was going to come in, like Grun said, and it was just going to be easy. I'm just going to have fun. This is whatever. But now I feel like the story is he feels like he has this responsibility to get that number 17, because the reaction that he is getting, like when he came on Raw on Netflix, he kind of hinted around and was like, yeah, I might, go from a 17 title reign. And then everybody was kind of like, you know what? Yeah, we kind of want to see it. And I think in that promo, it was him putting his flag in the dirt, so to say, and say, you know what? The story is I need to get my 17th championship.
Yes.
And the business, it's always said the business of a face is in the chase. It has nothing to do with the title reign.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see it every single time when a face wins a title. You like 6 months deep, you're like, when is he going to turn heel? Because you feel like the peak already happened when he won. It happens every single time with a face champion. They need some adversity. So why would we blow this 17th title reign so early in the retirement tour? There's no reason to do that.
I mean, you're hitting some valid points. Everybody is, but something's coming in right now. Oh, it's the buzzer. That's enough John Cena talk for this show.
Wow.
I dedicated the first 15 minutes to the man.
That's true.
I think that's enough. Okay.
Couldn't have even making it a gentleman's 17 for every championship he's about to have.
Nope. He hasn't won it. He hasn't got it yet.
I said about to.
Yeah, he's about to. So, but yes, I agree with what everybody's saying. And honestly, as not being such a Cena fan, this Royal Rumble that he was in, I enjoyed it, seeing him. I enjoyed seeing the last two. This was a good spot for him. I thoroughly enjoy him. What he's doing on this farewell tour. And fans, we are going to hit you up because you guys are blowing up the chat. We got Cheeto out there. He's telling us, he was talking about John Cena. Tell him, John. We got Viking Storm also talking about some Cena. And kick ass in the ring. That when he was talking about that when you were talking, Kevin. We got Hypocrisy Jones. What's up, homie? How are you doing?
What's up,
and
bro?
we got the Lou. The Lou is in the chat talking some business out there.
My
just
guy,
being a
Lou.
Eagles fan. We got Jones chiming in saying, I feel like he'll come close to getting it in all upcoming events. Chamber, Money in the Bank, but it'll come up short every time to a new face. And I think that's a good way to go.
Or to set up a match in between with a heel. Either
Yeah.
way.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And Jones keeping me honest as a son of a gun. It was 14 minutes. Fuck you, Mr. Jones. Yes. So let's get to the cream of the crop, what we're here to talk about, and it is the Royal Rumble. And our fearless leader was there. He experienced it. He had a fantastic weekend.
Oh
My
God.
co-host, the Chaos Goblin himself, Kevin Calloway, and the blue-eyed villain Grunmeister. Let's hear some stories from the boss and interject ourselves, well, like us window lickers do. So go ahead, House, take it over.
Oh man, it was an amazing weekend. I mean, just oh man, to be able to feel that energy and like what ended up being 70,000 people in Lucas Oil Stadium. It was an amazing vibe. I mean, I'd be remiss. I'm not going to go into huge detail about it. I do that on my own time, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the amazing festival that we had around town for Naptown All Pro and all the. I mean, it really made it feel like a WrestleMania week. This was Royal Rumble week here. Indy did it up. I'm really proud of the city here. I mean, to come out and do WrestleMania numbers for a Royal Rumble, I'm just damn proud of the city and the way they owned it. You know, you had the streets out there with the Yeet Street and the Cody Roads and everything. And then you had amazing things going on at the convention center there with the Superstore. I went to the Superstore there. I got an opportunity to meet Braun Breaker. I got an opportunity to ask an interview question to Rhea Ripley. That was awesome. It was super dope. And man, it was just an amazing time, an amazing night. Many connections made here for IYH, which I'm very proud of that. And man, but just as a fan, it was just an incredible, memorable night. Most definitely one of the best Rumbles ever. I mean, just ever.
Yeah.
I mean, things going viral. People coming to me and talking about, hey, did you see Show Speed get killed by Braun Breaker? Like people that don't even watch wrestling, like it just.
I am on team.
Man.
More YouTubers need to get speared out of their boots by Braun Breaker. I nominate anyone from IYH to be one to take it.
Yes.
Because literally, I swear to God, Show Speed probably got 20 subscribers just by being in the ring and taking that spear.
Yeah.
Sorry, 20,000 subscribers.
Yeah, that's what I figured you meant. That's what I
Yeah.
figured you meant. Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really
hell.
did, dude. I was showing people at work. I was like, "Hey,
Uh-huh.
you guys know this Speed dude?" And they're like, "Who?" I showed them. Oh yeah. I was like, "Watch what he did this weekend."
Yeah.
It was amazing, dude. It was a magical night. I mean, so much awesome things going on. You know, Charlotte Flair comes and wins the whole thing. And of course, we got to talk about freaking Alexa Bliss and how that massive, I mean, that was great. That was awesome. And then Trish Stratus showing up. That was great. I loved seeing Trish. And then Nikki Bella at 30. I was, you know what? I asked for too much because I was like, I want AJ Lee so bad. But you know what? I was fine with Nikki. It's fine. And it was just the women's Royal Rumble match was fun. The men's Royal Rumble match, one of my favorites, mainly because it was such a story-driven Rumble match. I mean, once again, and everything in between with Cody and Kevin, just man, what a great night of entertainment. But yeah, I'm here to talk about it with y'all because you guys got a chance to watch it, and man, what a night it was.
It was a night. And you know what? I got to get this out of the way because I mean, it just revolts me that we're going to be discussing this. You already brought her name up, so let's get it out of the way so it's not interfering with my I don't know, my sanity. And this was our own Grunmeister, the blue-eyed villain. At the moment Alexa Bliss came out, here we go.
Entry number 21. Alexa Bliss! Yes!
Yes, sir. That was my reaction too.
I honestly, I have never seen Somebody just gets so hyped for Alexa Bliss.
I've
like he's
also
dead.
never heard as much of a troll job on commentary
Real,
Oh
for
my God.
during
Yeah.
her
For
entrance.
real.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
Michael Cole actively making fun of the internet as she entered
It
was
was wonderful.
amazing.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah, there was well, let's talk about it because she is the big talk of the town.
She
We
is
did
one of
find
them.
out that morning, Saturday morning, it appears that she signed a contract with WWE, a 5-year
5
contract.
years is what is being reported.
Amazing.
Okay, so we all seen the Rumble. Okay, we all seen what happened. Let's talk Alexa Bliss. What happens next? Where are we at? Where are you guys envisioning this going? Let's take a quick 5 minutes on it with everybody giving their inputs. House, you're the guest. Of course, you're going to go first.
Appreciate you, man. So I think from what we saw last night, I think they're going to lean towards her first feud being Liv Morgan. And I like that. I think it's a good move. Liv Morgan is not the same Liv Morgan that Alexa Bliss was in the mix with 2 years ago when she was, out on maternity leave and being a mother respectfully. This is a completely different Liv Morgan. And I think that Alexa Bliss, with what she brings to the table, because let's not forget, Alexa Bliss is an excellent promo. I mean, and she can tell you a story. She really, I understand that it's like we only remember like the last few months of things because it's wrestling and it keeps on going. But let's not forget that Alexa Bliss is a former women's champion. And she's very entertaining and she's been a part of many different things and many different roles in her time. I think a program with her and Liv Morgan would be great for both of them. I think it gets Liv Morgan away from the Rhea Ripley thing completely and gets her another singular focus, which needs to happen. They need to be away from each other right now. And I just think that they tease towards that, and it's a good first feud for Alexa and a good opportunity for Liv to do something a little fresh.
Yeah, I like it. Kevin, let's hear what you got to say.
I would agree with all of those points. I think Alexa Bliss shouldn't be thrown right into the title picture. I think especially after so much time off, you want to get some reintroduction. I think Liv is a good foil for that. And I think there's a lot of backstory where they can work that. And I'll save my thoughts on the women's title picture because that's why I think that part of that is why I think she should stay out of it.
Gotcha.
But Alexa Bliss herself is an incredibly talented performer. She had been it almost pigeonholed into the Bray Wyatt stuff. And I'm hoping that she can do some tributes to him. And don't get me wrong, she should if she feels that way as a performer and she can do it while doing business. But I think what we're going to see is an Alexa Bliss that might be more fierce, might be more, not menacing, but like not strong style either, but like harder hitting while still having an old Alexa Bliss charm to it.
Gotcha.
And that's what I'm hoping for, is a more aggressive Alexa.
I like that.
Like more willing to swing a haymaker in the first.
Correct.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
I got
Liv
you.
Morgan's
No.
a perfect punchable face to do it.
Yeah. And
yeah.
I mean, and honestly, I mean, that's a good start of a match if you have Liv Morgan on the other end, because her fans are going to connect more with her coming back from something like that at the start of a match and, give her that boost and whatever. I don't know. It's two sewer rats in a ring to me. Who knows? I know, Grun, I'm breaking your heart. You're on a Cena high, but let's have Grun's thoughts on his little pop there he had for Alexa.
So no surprise. I was a very big Alexa Bliss fan from day one. No, yeah, I know.
You're shocking the fuck out of me, bud.
I agree. I think Alexa Bliss versus Liv Morgan, I think that is the WrestleMania match that we're going to be getting. And I'm very curious to see what this Alexa Bliss does, because really, we haven't really seen Alexa Bliss in a Triple H era. And if
Yeah.
maybe this was forgotten. That there's an infamous match between Victoria and Michelle McCool that had to be redone because their punches and kicks were better than the guys. So
Yeah.
on a recorded SmackDown,
That did happen.
they literally had to go back out to the same crowd and redo the match without punching or kicking.
But
Because-
worse. They had to do it, but worse.
Yeah, it's,
That's ridiculous.
like that is
I'm sorry.
and one other detail is that Chris Jericho was right there when Michelle was told this, and he said, "That's the guy's problem. That's not their problem. That's not their
Mhm.
fault."
Mm.
Like, no,
A branch from the learning tree.
yeah, it's like, but
You like that, didn't you, Kevin?
That actually was good, and I hate that it was good.
But this is a whole new era. I think we are going to see the best versions of these women. Charlotte, Bliss. If Nikki sticks around, I think we're going to see a much better version of her.
Mhm.
I think Vince. I think we're going to find out how much was Vince McMahon holding these women back.
Yeah, that's fair.
No,
That's,
that's a great
more
point.
than fair.
Yeah. And I've always wondered that. I mean, we've talked about it multiple times. The women's division back in the day, we knew what they were actually capable of, and most of us in IYH have voiced that we were, kind of like, why are you guys mixing sexuality with our wrestling when we know these girls? I mean, Victoria, for Christ's sakes, she was a phenom back in the day, and we
She
all
was
knew it.
incredible.
We were just
Incredible.
waiting for them to unleash her and let her go. Same with China. Once they took
Yeah.
China off the chain, she went nuts, and she just got even better and better and better.
Yo, let's
so
talk
yeah,
about what about like Ivory? Ivory was great. I just want to bring her up. I always
no,
loved
you're
Ivory.
100.
Yeah, I,
I
love
mean-
the Ivories, the Molly Hollies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Jacquelines.
Dude, I'm a dude who loved the whole group right to censor. I thought everybody in that group can wrestle and they can hold your attention. You just got to give them that chance. And when they did get that chance, they did that. It may have been annoying as shit, but anybody who was ever involved in that, tell me you wouldn't want to spend 5 minutes in a ring with any one of them and just learn from. They were all amazing.
Yeah, they were.
Aspects.
That's facts. That's facts.
But I will say this with Alexa Bliss. Hopefully they figure out what they want to do with her. I like the idea where Kevin's saying more aggressive, more going at it. I just really, there's got to be some type of newness to her.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
For me to grab onto what she's doing. But in the climate we're at, Vince is off to the side. He ain't even looking at a WWE thing. I think we're going to get that. I think creative is going to show us a spectacular thing, especially if a 5-year contract's already been signed. They already know what they got going. So what else do you guys want to hit on about the Rumble? It's an open forum. Let's just talk about our Rumble. I know, House, you had that amazing experience with so many promotions down there, and then seeing the event, birthday weekend, just a big, special, spectacular. It's in Indy. I personally thought the men's Royal Rumble was great. It was great, fantastic. I thought the women's was better, had more story, a little more meat to the bone, except the winner. The winner of the men's definitely has way more meat on the bone.
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair, I mean, she's coming back. How much, we have to wait to see what she does.
Funny enough, I thought the opposite when it came to story. I thought the men's was more story driven, looking at what the pieces were to fall.
Really?
Not to say that the women's didn't have it, but there were so many stars in it interacting that they gave themselves a lot of story beats.
Yeah.
You take Sammy getting eliminated by Jey Uso, thus furthering Sammy's frustrations.
True.
I venture to say we could be seeing a Sammy heel turn at some point soon, and I think that might be compelling.
Yeah.
You
I
had
also
Drew
think
get
Seth
eliminated.
Rollins is losing his mind.
Correct.
Well,
Seth Rollins is losing his mind. Drew and Damian Priest. Drew was eliminated by Damian Priest. They had an eye-to-eye afterwards. We could be looking at that. I think there was a lot of undersold moments in the men's Royal Rumble that could really lead to more story down the line.
I see where you're coming from with that. My reasoning was you had Jordan Grace. We found
Yeah.
out
Oh,
that
yeah.
she's, and then it was just like she was picking her moments. And in between that, you also had Bianca and Naomi
Yeah.
kind of setting things up, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, they were telling their story there. We're definitely, if they are teasing us so much with a Bianca heel turn that it is almost sickening right now. Like,
Yeah,
I'm,
man.
I'm about to drive there and just tell them, just fucking do it already, because we're ready. We're ready for
Just
it.
do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and I'm gonna say it. BFAB impressed me with just her 5
Yes.
minutes she had.
Yeah. Oh,
in
yeah.
the
The
ring.
time that she had, I thought she did well with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And I
you gotta take those
didn't
moments.
realize this until they told me at the Rumble. I love Michin and her together as a team because I think BFAB can learn a lot from Michin, who's been in this business for a very long time.
Mhm.
I like it. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Lou's chiming in. This was a big one for me. Zoe
Listen,
Stark.
Yo.
Can I talk about that? Can I talk about that?
Let's go. Get hit it,
Listen,
House.
Listen, man. So yes, the men's Royal Rumble match most definitely story driven, but I think there was some sub stories there in the women's Royal Rumble. And for me, a big thing that I wanted to hit on was the PFC. The PFC really stood out to me, and this is up until this time, respectfully, mediocre faction, mediocre name. And of course, my standout is and will always be the amazing Zoe Stark. I love Zoe Stark. I think she's absolutely incredible. She's one of my favorite talents on the roster. I hearken her to like a female Finn Balor or a female AJ Styles because she can literally do anything in that ring. And it's like Lou said, Zoe Stark was great, but the PFC together, I just love the story that they were telling because they were pretty much gatekeeping the match for a long time. Once they finally got all three of them together, it was like everybody was having to do something to stop the PFC, and I just appreciated that.
No, I 100% agree with you on that, because honestly, Zoe to me took herself last night and she said, I'm part of this group, watch us control. But then she also showed us, if you want Zoe solo, this is what Zoe can do. I mean, yes, did she have that mishap off the top rope? Yeah, she caught herself though quick.
Cleaned it up.
Nobody beeped at it one bit. There was no "you fucked up" chance.
Nope, there was none of that.
Nothing. And she cleaned that up with a clothesline, just like you guys are talking about. I think Zoe 2025 is going to show us a lot of Zoe Stark, and hopefully maybe a title. I'm not saying the world title. I'm not saying any of that, but I'm saying something. Some type of title on her.
I think PFC is going to end up with the women's tag titles before
I
they're
love
done.
it.
I can see that.
And I think that's the title that she's going to get.
I love it.
And it'll probably be with Baszler. I would imagine if they're going to go all in on PFC, you have Zoe and Shayna as your tag champs, and then probably Sonya not as your women's champion, but as the Intercontinental. That would make the most sense to me. Because I don't think you want to go all in on this group. They don't have enough momentum to be the women's champion yet. I don't think. And Sonya seems to be the de facto leader. I would want her more in the Intercontinental role. I think that would build them up more than naysayers going, well, what about why'd they get the world? Like shit like that. Yeah. I think a mid-card title would go better.
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Can I ask you a question? What do you think about the idea of the PFC with the same members, but you add a little bit of legitimacy to that with like a badass leader? What about Becky Lynch actually leading the PFC?
Becky's weird to me because I feel she's better single.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, she is. She is. But my mindset is I
don't disagree with someone legitimizing the group either.
It
just needs to not be Becky.
I think I got the perfect name. Victoria. She was always a badass. She was called the Black Widow. She would look very good, very tough in similar gear with Sonya and Shayna and Zoe behind her, and her acting as the mentor, the teacher, the leader of this group. and helping each of them up their game.
You know who I think should lead this group and be this manager?
Who you got?
Give me Dawn Marie. Put her in
Oh
front of
my
these
God.
girls,
God.
just being a
Oh my
nuisance.
God.
Because Dawn Marie, dude, this would be. Tell me you wouldn't love that. Having Dawn Marie get right in front of everybody and stop something and get somebody so pissed up, and then one of these women come from behind and take her head off.
Let me pitch a wild one.
Oh, I thought I was throwing wild, but let's
Wild
hear
one
it,
that
Kev.
is actually signed.
Oh, okay. Fair
Okay.
point.
Let me pitch Nia Jax.
Whoa. Okay. Wait a
Okay.
minute now.
Nia Jax, former women's champion, adds legitimacy, clearly takes advantage of those around her, is already a ready-made bully, just like PFC is.
Yeah, that could be a good fit. That could be a really good fit.
I
as a matter
think
fact.
of the people that they have, that might fit decently. I'm
I
not
like
saying it's a perfect fit. I think there might be some other ones we could potentially do, but I think that one's a decent one that they have ready-made, already legitimate.
No, I mean, you're painting a nice picture there. I would
like
not
it.
mind that. I would
I
like
like
to
it.
see. And honestly, I think it would help Nia out too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it
I
would help
think so
her.
too.
She does
Quite a
better
bit.
when she has minions to throw at people.
And what minions to have than those women? I
Mhm,
mean,
for
you're
sure.
throwing panthers at people
Yeah.
now. You're just
Plus, I
chucking the
think-
whole-
plus-
She would basically
plus I-
just be Mr. Burns, release the hounds.
Exactly. Plus, I think Nia could help get Zoe over.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, easily.
Because
dude.
then eventually they all turn on Nia, or at least somebody does. Why
Yeah.
not Zoe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not Zoe?
Oh man, imagine them in a tag match and doing the tag team moves with each other.
Mhm.
All right, so we're all satisfied though with the winner of the
Yeah.
women's Rumble, Charlotte. She's the winner.
I think
Grun.
that makes the most sense to me.
I know.
I
Who'd
am.
you want, Grun?
I accept it. I'm not exactly satisfied.
Okay, well,
I just
If
don't
I
think
had-
they had anyone else set up for it.
Yeah.
I don't think so either. And if I had a
Mm.
rock, it doesn't matter what you think. I would hit it right now, but I don't. So we'll move on. Men's Rumble, fellas. Where are we at? What were you thinking?
Oh my god.
I
So
know
many
we got
things.
Jey Uso, and that was a surprise. And if you told me right now that I had Jey Uso on my bingo card. No, you didn't. Stop. Just stop. Just stop.
I would
Nobody was thinking Jay.
I would
Nobody.
believe if someone said as a dark horse pick.
Well, wait.
that would be-
I will say Viking Storm, yes, and he just chimed in. Viking
He just
Storm
got
has
the,
been riding the Jey Uso train for a long time. So one person had it on this bingo card. Oh, he was his dark horse. Okay,
Yeah.
there we go.
So that,
Okay.
and that's what I think is a lot of people's is, hey, we could see Jay doing it, but we don't think he will. It's one of those
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
hey,
Oh,
they've
yeah.
been setting up this piece for a while. Maybe they'll do it here, but probably not at the Royal Rumble. That's probably where everyone's head was at. Maybe he
Okay.
would win the Elimination Chamber instead, something along those lines.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Since we can all go with that he was a dark horse, and we're not upset that he did it.
No.
Who if you could replace him though, who did you guys want? And I don't want it to be the ones we picked.
Okay.
Like I want it to be out of the final four. Let's
Out
go.
of the final four?
Yeah, out of
Oh
the
man,
final
I was going
four.
to pick one that wasn't even in the Rumble.
Oh, well, that would have been silly, Kevin,
Why?
because he wasn't in the Rumble.
He could have been in the Rumble though.
He could
He
have
might have
been.
showed up. He might have showed up.
Who were the final? It was Cena, Jay, Logan, Punk. Were the final
No, I don't think Punk.
four?
Yeah, I think Punk went out earlier.
Punk went out at the same time as Roman and Seth.
Okay.
I believe it was Cena, Jay. Let's pull this up.
Yeah,
Final
Cena,
four.
Jay, for sure. For sure,
Logan
for sure.
Paul.
Yeah.
It was CM
Yeah.
Punk. Nope, it was
Okay.
CM Punk. He was right.
It was Punk. Okay.
Punk just got eliminated very quickly. There were 6 people
Okay.
in the ring, and 3 people got eliminated quickly.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Okay. So out of those finals, was
Out
there
of
any-
those,
Was
Punk.
there anybody that you could? I know CM Punk.
Mhm.
CM Punk could have easily taken that.
Out of those,
Many-
Punk, because I would want the Cena story. I could see a business decision with Logan Paul, but I just don't see
Yeah.
the need to do it.
No, I think that would have gotten a lot more bad press than
It would.
I don't think they want to do it that way. They
No.
want him to cheat his way into a title
Yeah.
because then it's manufactured that people can hate him even more.
yeah.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
opposed to him winning an accolade like a Royal Rumble, where it's actively going to piss off a lot of people.
Mhm.
Well, I like exactly what Jones is saying here. He's saying, honestly, I think Jay was the best pick considering all the other story angles right now. And
I
he's-
agree in
yeah.
hindsight.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is a great point, Jones. Because that is true. There is a lot of stories going on right now, and a
It
lot
really
of ones that it can be told. And Jey Uso is one of those stories. But I have to ask. I asked this over in my friend Nick's show yesterday. But why is he called main event when we've seen him not perform in the main event?
I think
That's
that's
the
the
story.
story.
I think that
Yeah.
might be the story.
Yeah,
that he-
that's the story.
he is main event quality, but he has not been in the main event enough times to really make you believe that he is the main event. Is the nickname describes his quality of performance, but at some point he needs to start being in the main event and winning main event.
Specifically winning, I think, is
Mhm.
key
Yeah.
here. Now, I don't
Specifically winning.
Yeah,
I don't say that winning matters a lot when it comes to wrestling. I really don't believe that it does. It's
In some
depending on what
cases-
the story. It depends on
Yeah.
the story that you're trying to tell with the performers and what you're doing with the wrestlers involved. So I hate when people say, well, they have to have wins to be legitimate. No, they don't. They can do other things to be legitimate.
Gotcha.
Yep.
That being said, when it comes to naming yourself main event, let's liken it to someone like Shawn Michaels, who's Mr. WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
What is Shawn Michaels' actual record at WrestleMania? Anybody know?
not good.
It's not good.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not.
It's a
for sure not
losing
good.
record.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and yet he's been part of some of the greatest moments in WrestleMania history.
So maybe that's what they're trying to build up. Yes, he needs a couple wins so that he can legitimize the name. But realistically, like, I don't think he
Yeah.
needs that many. He just needs some key ones.
Mhm.
He needs
And a
key
key
ones.
one would be WrestleMania.
most definitely.
So let me ask you with that, leading on to that, with the Jey Uso main event moniker, let me pitch you guys a real quick scenario in my head.
Mhm.
Let's say John Cena wins Elimination Chamber.
Sure.
Let's just say that he decides that he's going to ask that question, why are you main event? And then he decides to join the match that Jay picks. And he wins over Jay and looks at Jay and says, you're not main event. You never will be. SummerSlam rolls around, and I'm going to let it simmer till SummerSlam. Jey Uso has the biggest match he's ever had in his life. He main events. He goes against John Cena. He beats John Cena in a fashion to where John Cena stands up and goes, basically, I understand now why you are main event Jey Uso now. And then we have the Jey Uso run. It's out of left field. It's an idea. I'm floating it out there. A lot of people called me crazy when I said Braun was going to the Lakers, but I seen it coming. So I'm just saying there's a lot of story going on there.
Can I pitch that I would rather see that story unfold with Cena and Cody? Because
So,
Cody is the
okay.
new de facto man. He is John Cena.
See, I think
Yeah.
Jay's John Cena.
I think Jay
Not
can get
yet.
to John Cena.
Not
I don't. He isn't. John Cena was
Well,
viewed
just
as.
cut me off then, Kevin.
Listen,
He
I'd
isn't
love to
okay.
take. I'd love to take arguments, but Cody Rhodes is the man in that company,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
John
He is the
Cena
man
was the
right now,
man
yeah.
I
in
got
that
you.
company.
I got you.
I agree
got
that
you.
Jey Uso is very over with the fans. So I
Okay.
agree in that sense. But as far as looking at it as not just over with the fans, but also the company's face, that's Cody Rhodes, hands down. So Cena has always come back to the company after being away and looked at the person who they chose as the face of the company and said, "You aren't ready. Step into a ring and do promos with me. I will sink your battleship." I want to see him do that with Cody. If we're going to have
Ooh, wait a
Cena
minute
win
now.
this Elimination Chamber, I want it to be Cena Cody because I need to see Cody stand on his own 2 feet.
Yeah, I kind of want to see Cena pull it out of him because we've seen Cena, respectfully, we've seen Cena hold the next guy on the mic several times. He did it with Roman Reigns.
He proves it every single time they put a new babyface in front of him.
Yep,
Okay.
he tears him down every single time, and I think that I kind of want to see. Now I want to see Cena press Cody.
Okay. Okay. I like it. I think we can do
I don't
that
hate
there.
your idea, though, Voice. I really don't. I think Jey Uso versus Cena, that could be something we get during the title reign. I think that's what we're going to get while Cena's chasing another title.
Gotcha. Hey, well, my main thinking of that whole scenario plays into Grun's idea of watching Gunther fall to the bottom of the Grand Canyon and crawl his way back up. I was trying to blend all of it together because, I mean, imagine Gunther losing to Cena. Losing his title to Cena.
Man,
He
That'd
would
be great.
become
Crazy.
unhinged.
he would
He'd become unhinged.
That would be crazy. I mean, I don't think so because Gunther, he recognizes the work that people put in. He recognizes Jey Uso has put in a lot of work in as a tag team wrestler. Gunther recognizes that Jey Uso has done a lot to prove himself. Well, to have the potential, the possibility of maybe being a great singles wrestler, because Gunther and Jay have fought before, and I'm not talking about Saturday night's main event. I'm talking about the King of the Ring tournament. And so like Jey Uso, Gunther does not see him as a threat. John Cena, Gunther knows that Cena, he earned the nickname once upon a time called Big Match John, and he did not lose big matches.
Yeah,
and
now
Gunther,
he is old man John. And
yeah,
if
he
young
probably,
champion godlike wrestler Gunther loses to old man John, he becomes very upset. And
I'm sure he'd be upset, but at the same time, he would have to think that he didn't just lose to anybody. He lost to John Cena, which, I mean,
much like when he lost to Cody, he was broken up, but he wasn't overly broken up.
Yeah, because he recognized Cody. It's Cody.
Yeah.
In the last 5 years of Muhammad Ali's life, if you walked up to him and got knocked out by him, are you going around telling people, "I got knocked out by Muhammad Ali"? No, you're not.
You're not bragging about it.
I don't know, Dog. Are we talking in this day and age, or are we talking about that day and age? I've seen a lot of people walk around bragging about getting knocked out by people just because they were in the same ring.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a buddy who brags to this day about getting knocked out by LL Cool J's bodyguard in Hawaii.
That's amazing.
Got relations twice removed. He's
LL Cool J was on a beach in Hawaii.
That's like
My
saying,
friend
"Hey
was there."
man, I knew John Cena's second cousin and he beat me in a fist fight."
Dude, I'm telling you,
What?
it's a legendary story that goes on in our friend circle.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yes, and yes, you are right, Lou. That is the line that he said to him before he received the punch from the bodyguard.
Good Lord.
And he went on his ass. But there was a beach there, so we were okay. So anyways, so we're back to this. Jey Uso, we're going to see what he does. We're going to see if he becomes the main event moniker. We're going to see if John Cena goes on and gets that 17th title, as we do all the time here on Window Lickers. We're putting pins in a lot of things because I even seen, I think it was Jones talk about the Damian Priest
Drew McIntyre
and McIntyre standoff. You know, that gives us another story coming out of this. It's it was a pretty eventful Royal Rumble.
Mhm.
Real quick, let's hit the Cody and Kevin Owens match because brutality is my mistress and I love it because that was a brutal match. And I see a lot of people saying that, oh, it was just a spot filled match. It wasn't like your ladder match, what I expected, but that was a ladder match in my opinion.
That was, you know what? I'll moniker it differently. That's
Okay.
as close to a ladder war from old ROH days that we will ever see in WWE.
I love
I
this
like it.
tiny ladder. The tiny ladders were great.
Yep.
Tiny ladders.
It was kicking their ass. I mean, it was a great time. It was unmitigated violence. Cody almost killed the man. I mean,
That's
come
why
on.
it was that's why it was ladder war and not ladder
Yes.
match.
Exactly.
You know-
Unmitigated violence.
When they bring out these little ladders, though, I think it should be a rule that they have to do the Sabu salute because House, you know for a fact, he was the first one to bring out those tiny ladders and just
You love
chuck
those
them at
tiny
people.
ladders, bro. Love
Yeah,
them.
I love
I
them
was
too.
so I listen, bro. I popped for the tiny ladder, bro, because
Who
we've
didn't?
been watching so much ECW. As soon as the tiny ladder came out, I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude, tiny ladder."
Tiny ladder. Yeah, we got Lou chiming in. Tiny ladder was MVP. I like it. I like it. Okay, we got Jones chiming in. Over under odds. Roman in a tag match at Mania.
I think triple threat. I think triple
Oh
threat.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I wanna see
I'm
a
saying
triple threat
under.
for sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Under
say
for the
I'm gonna
tag.
say under. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be a triple threat. I think it's gonna be Punk and Rollins.
Punk and
I think that's-
That
Rollins.
makes
Yeah.
sense. I can.
Is that where
I
we're
can
all
see
going?
that. I think that
I
looks
like it.
good.
That looks good.
Is that a satisfactory Mania match for you guys?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I wanted thinking about the card that we're possibly going to get at Mania. My answer to that is yes.
Okay. Okay. I like it. I like it. I like this episode. We are 8 minutes outside of Monday Night Raw on Netflix.
It's gonna be a good one. Gonna be a good
Oh,
one.
it's going to be a great one. This is the fallout from the Royal Rumble, so you're going to get to see some amazing things. It would not surprise me if you hear a lot of talk about what happened to Speed out there. But it's been going around the internet.
Oh my
quite a
god,
bit.
dude.
Yes, so it's been fantastic. Any parting thoughts from the Royal Rumble you guys want to hit the fans with?
I'd be remiss not to mention this match because I thought it was a really good tag match. It just happened to happen after a Royal Rumble, so people were exhausted.
Cool off match.
Yeah, that was the problem because that match was really good,
Oh,
but it didn't get any reactions. And
At all.
man, Motor City Machine Gun and DIY put on an absolute clinic of a 2 out of 3 falls tag match. And granted, it didn't end clean, but man, it moved business. It feels like the tag division is coming back. So I just wanted to throw that in there before we sign off.
No, I agree with you 100% on that one. It was a great match. Fans, if it kind of surpassed you, when it was happening, go back, rewatch it. It's a great rewatch. Fantastic work from all involved in that one, even the surprise.
Yeah.
So Grun, any last words about this Rumble?
I
love
think-
John Cena. Alexa
You know,
Bliss.
my final words are going to be a bold prediction for
Ooh.
next year's Rumble, and that is this Rumble is the one that convinces WWE that the next Rumble needs to be a 2-day event.
I could see that.
I could totally,
like it.
dude. Totally,
I
dude.
like
Yeah.
it.
70,000
I like
people for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
I love it. House. Let them know what your parting thoughts are, and then let them know where they can find you and all what you do.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate this conversation with you guys. It was fun. I didn't get a chance to do the Sunday show just because I was spent and exhausted, like I'm sure a lot of people were after the show.
Dude, on wrestling.
Man, for sure. But and it was a great weekend. But it was great to come on here and talk about it and all the awesome stuff that I was a part of and your house is going to be a part of moving in the future. It was great. As far as the Rumble goes, man, I mean, it was the energy in the building. Once again, like I said earlier, I was super proud of Indiana for putting on for wrestling. The electricity was most definitely in the air. And it showed. The match quality showed. He had Stephanie McMahon coming out in the very beginning and showing love to the crowd and everything. And it really felt like they made Royal Rumble matter in Indianapolis? And I'm not saying that no other Royal Rumbles matter or anything like that, but they made this Royal Rumble feel like it was WrestleMania quality, and people came out in those numbers, those WrestleMania numbers. Charlotte Flair, I called that. I think a lot of people did as far as winning. But once again, between the bells, excellent talent that came in. I mean, this is a stacked roster. It just absolutely is. You even have NXT representation that's coming on. I was a little upset I didn't get a chance to see Masha Slamovich after seeing her wrestle 2 matches the night before, and I really thought as the TNA Women's Knockout Champion, I thought she would show up. But that's all right, because everything that we got with the NXT representation with Julie and Stephanie Vicor was great. You had Jordan Grace there in the mix. It was just awesome. Men's Royal Rumble, great storytelling, everything that came out of it. Like Kevin said earlier, a lot of subplots that came out of that I think will lead to WrestleMania. And then the shocking finish with Jey Uso, that was incredible. And I mean, it was fun stuff. Being around other wrestling fans was fun. The tag team match, while everybody was tired, most definitely, it was still a great match, fantastic match. Ladder match, I love me a good ladder match, and I knew with the 2 men, and yes, Last Legend was great, had a strong showing. So did Jada Parker, many others. I mean, it was great. I just trying to get it all out there, but I think that Kevin said it perfectly. This ladder match felt like a ladder war, and it was great to see that in person because I love a good ladder match. Altogether, it was just an amazing event Indiana put on. I'm proud of my city. I'm proud of my state, and it was a great weekend for me, man, personally. Only thing that's left, I've been to a Royal Rumble. I've been to a Survivor Series. I've been to a SummerSlam. Now I just got to get to a WrestleMania, and I think that Indiana proved that in a couple of years we'll be getting one.
Oh yeah. You hear that, Grun?
What's that?
Indiana's getting a Mania.
Yeah.
Sure. Why don't you tell them where they can find your blue eyes and all your villainous and your John Cena and all that?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Grunmeister, where sometimes I do some gaming. A lot more recently, I'm doing strictly a lot of WWE's Grun's Room SmackDown review show, where I give you all of my input into SmackDown from the previous week and talk about what's going to happen that night.
Yes, he does, and it's a fantastic time. Go hang out in Grun's room. It's a fun time, and I promise he'll share his snacks. He's got cheeses. He's got plenty.
Maybe.
So Chaos Goblin Kevin Calloway, let them know where they can see all the chaos that you create.
Well, going forward, you can see me at Frontline Pro out at Bakersville Bar in Marshfield, Wisconsin. You can also, I am not on this card, but I will be out there, so you can say hi. I will be at Emerge this weekend with Annie. So,
awesome.
Yep. So I will see you there, Con.
Yes, sir. Awesome.
And then otherwise, like just around shows, you never know where I pop up.
You never know. You never know where the chaos will pop up. And, but you always enjoy the moment when it does. As for me, fans, it is I, the voice, Joshua Joseph, and we are getting ready to kick you off to Raw. But before we do that, you know where to find me, here with my co-hosts, Kevin Calloway and the Grunmeister, and we talk about Monday Night Raw. We talk 3 subjects. I know this one was a little different. Well, it was the Royal Rumble, and it was in our backyard, so get off our back. This is what we do, and this is what we always do every Monday. So come hang out with us. It's a fun time. Outside of that, there's a Friday show that we do. It's called ECW Watch Along, where we go back to ECW Hardcore TV 1997 and we watch shit get extreme. Let me tell you, blood, fun, ladders, great, chairs being thrown, spectacular, a guy talking to a mannequin head, perfect. I'm there. I'm in heaven. Come join us. House is with me. We do a great time. And it's a fun time. The chat goes wild. We get a lot of interaction. Come join us and see what I'm talking about. Outside of that, it is Sunday house party where anybody in the household who's ready to talk wrestling, we jump on. We get together and we talk wrestling. We talk the whole week that just happened, and it's a Sunday. It's usually around 11:30. So come join us. Hit the like, subscribe. You'll get all the notifications. You'll get all the things, and you'll know that you're the smartest kid in the sandbox, because IYH took care of it for you. And fans, thank you so much for giving us your time, your energy, and all the likes, all the love that we always get from you guys. And until next time, we will see you later. And you know what? Enjoy the rest of your week, because IYH is out.